Hello, everyone. It is much warmer this morning. Yes, as you can see, I'm not even wearing my robe. Already had a nice little chat with my daughter this morning. She has to go to work very early, so uh, which is always nice. Yeah, I kind of time it to be over there when she gets up. All right. Otherwise, had a great day yesterday, as always. Always something to do here. It's a never ending, right? Cleaning, yes, cleaning, more cleaning. There's more gardening to do. Might do some of that with the little one today. We'll see. It's a little windy out there, and there's a lot of big trees really close to the house here. And I'm a little worried about walking around out there with her. Yes, because the branches do fly here too. So anyway, so we are in. Let's just get going. Isaiah 2. Everlasting peace. The vision of Isaiah, son of Amos, concerning Judah and Jerusalem. It will happen in the final days that the mountain of Yahweh's house will rise higher than the mountains and tower above the heights. Oh, now I know why true parents built their home, or God's home, where they did, because boy, I tell you what, it is above everything, just about on top of a mountain. Then all the nations will stream to it. Many peoples will come to it and say, yeah, a lot of people actually do. There's people from all over the world go and visit Chongpyong. Beautiful place. No, never been there. Probably won't. It's okay, right? Yes. I have a really, really good friend there, Nancy, with her family, and she sends me pictures and tells me what's going on, this, that, and I love that. It's like I've told her, I said, our family will represent you here in the United States. Your family represents us there in Korea, South Korea. So, a good thing. I like it. I like it that way. Yes, I like to think that way. Come, let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of God, of the God of Jacob, that he may teach us his ways, so that we may walk in his paths. For the law will issue from Zion, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. Then he will judge between the nations and arbitrate between many peoples. They will hammer their swords into plowshares and their spears into sickles. Nation will not lift sword against nation. No longer will they learn how to make war. Wow, okay. That's at that time. That already was, okay, is that a vision? You know, is that a vision? How do you envision peace? Okay. House of Jacob, come, let us walk in Yahweh's light. And at that time, I would say that the consciousness of the people was still a lot closer to God's, with the environment that they lived in, the survival that, was still, in a way, God had to grow food, right? Raise animals, right? If you wanted to eat. Okay, just saying. Lots of work. What came to mind when I started talking about Chongpyong, I know that I've said in the past, why these temples? Why do they need these temples? They already have the covenant of the ark. Oh, wait, they lost it. Oh. So they had to replace it? You know, when you lose something, sure, you can go and either look for it or replace it. But then you also have to say, well, did we need that? Did we actually need that? Or do we need it anymore? At the time when the covenant of the ark was established, yes, I see on how that was needed, because the Israelites were the first people to walk the earth, to be a nation, a tribe that only believed in one God. Yeah, it's true. Go read up on it. So a physical manifestation, in a way, where that was present, in the visible. Yes, I get that. But then the temples don't make sense, right? That was something different. That became something different. Well, what about Chongpyong? True Father said something one time. And again, to me, that made perfect sense. Made perfect sense. Was he right about it? Should it have happened that way? Yeah, in my opinion, only if. Okay. He said that Jesus was not supposed to be born in a stable. Are you people serious? He's supposed to be born in a beautiful castle, palace. That would have been the right thing. But he wasn't. And I think there's a reason why he wasn't. It's not that anybody there did anything wrong, or that things didn't go the way that according to heaven's will. I believe it did. I believe that, again, Jesus being born under such poor circumstances. Yes. Okay, straightened circumstances. I mean, they were on their way to, right? Yes. So, if they would have been home, that would have been a different thing. But they had to be going to this other town, yes, to go and register again, right? So anyway, so that was the only thing, the only place available. But I think that was all by design. That was all done by design by our Heavenly Parent to make sure that Jesus didn't just come for nobility again, that his birth in the way that it happened signals that the poorest of the poor, all and everyone, are included in the principle of creation, or principles of love. Yes, when it comes to creating mankind, God did not just decide, we're going to have the poor schmucks and the rich people. Okay, I'm saying it in a way, again, that also is not quite right. I don't have nothing against rich people. Right? If you are out there and you're making it big, then then you have plenty, share it. So I'm saying it's gonna be, that is the bounty that you have made, or that people are making out there. They share what they don't really need. Yes, with others. That's all going to be given back to them tenfold, hundredfold, A plus, in other ways. Yes, money does not make people happy. Okay, all right, let's get going. So I ended up actually. And then when the three kings showed up, or the wise men, right? Yeah, in Europe they call them kings, right? The three kings, and then here, they call them the wise men. Oh, okay. What is it? Anyway, according to the supposedly the interests that these kings, wise men had, right, wasn't ruling a nation, then they would not have left. So they weren't kings. They were wise men. They had, I think one was into astronomy, and the other one was into, I don't know. I know the one that kept was into astronomy, the stars, this and that, and that's why they even took off. Maybe they all were into that. And True Father said that they should have taken Jesus with them and raised him amongst them. And I'm going, yeah, but they were from, I don't know where. I don't think they were from the Holy Land there, if you want to, from the Israelites. They came from all over, so would that have made sense? And I thought, yeah, why not? But they would have had to take. You can't just take a little baby away from its mom and dad. Then they would have had to invite Mary and Joseph too. You see? Yeah. One can say something out there and it sounds really good, but then you think about it going, no. That does not make sense according to heaven's law on how a child should be raised. And that's definitely about a parent. Yes? Okay, just saying. Anyway, so Chongpyong, right, considering the second coming, Chongpyong's very important that Chongpyong was built. Just as the importance of the Ark of the Covenant being built also kind of becomes more clear to me. Yes, it's a physical foundation for the people to truly start a change. People don't just change. There has to be a visible manifestation of grandeur. Can you come? Where then one really commits to, and you don't question it anymore, you don't doubt it, right? To commit to the physical presence, as then you can manifest, then the spiritual presence of anything becomes more clear as well. Yes? Yeah. So it's commitment. It's basically commitment to something, to that. So it's very interesting. I bet your father read this and said, "Whoa, I know exactly what I need to do now." I'm just saying. Father got a lot of stuff out of the Bible. All right. Anyway, just saying. Uh, so Changpyeong to me makes perfect sense. And yeah, one more little thing, and then the way people are viewing money now. Also, some of the reasons that True Mother falsely is incarcerated. I don't believe she did any of that. None. Mm-mm. And you know what? When it comes down to it, I don't believe anybody did. So, no, don't want to hear it. I don't believe any of it anymore. I'm going with my gut instinct. I'm going with what Spirit World is feeding me. Okay? Because that seems to be true. And Spirit World says, nothing can be laid, absolutely nothing can be laid at any of the feet of any member. Definitely not True Father. Definitely not True Mother. And, whatever else, right? As long as you are. Right? Father drew a diagram one time where two circles, yes? And then the ones in the middle are the ones that are manifested. The ones in the middle, right? In that where the two circles meet, right? And leave that part. Those are the ones, yes, that will make the change. Be someone who makes the change. Don't be unhappy with on how you contributed or how you not got back whatever. Most people who are complaining about that, believe me, I know a few. There's a lot left to be said about those people. I'm just saying. So I've seen it. I've experienced it. Be a part of that middle. Stay that way. And then nope. The outside should not be able to affect us the way that it could. Or maybe is some. With some, I can see. So just stay steadfast. What's it going to change in your life? Nothing. Stick with it. Why give up all that good merit? For what? Gossip, slander? Maybes not? Just saying. All right, let's get going here. Getting into all kinds of stuff. Well, I have a lot to say these days. The brilliance of Yahweh's majesty. You have rejected your people. All right, so we are still in the vision of peace. You do not start, you have rejected your people, the house of Jacob. What did I just do? You see? Yeah, it is, vision of peace. The vision of Isaiah, son of Amos, concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And then he talks about peace. How do you envision peace? How are we going to get to peace? Peace. Yes? I'll tell you what this is. This is wishful thinking. It's not a vision. It's wishful thinking. One wants it to go in one way or another, but it's not going to happen that way. Right? Yes? We have to start somewhere at the bottom, make foundations, where then we come to a common denominator as mankind. And when we have a common denominator, then we start from there. And all these differences and all these talents out there and gifts that people are born with will make sense and will go in the same direction if we're all on that same foundation, a common denominator. And what that is in today's world is true parents and Changpyeong, and that is that. Yes? And who wants to tear that down? Who's trying? Why are people trying? For what reason would one want to do that? Huh? Because you donated a few dollars and now you're all sore about it? Because there's some things, some gossip that's going around And what? Now your life is just unhappy. Then you have what have people built up on? What have they built up their lives on? One has to question that. So question yourself first before you go and question other things. There. Okay. Now read. I am. For it has long been full of sorcerers like the Philistines. So yeah, that's another. When it comes to our own people, Israel, they're prophets. But when it comes to the Philistines, they're sorcerers, right? Yes. Well, they had them on both sides. Well, no, you just said you can't have it both ways. They're either all considered prophets or psychics or mediums or whatever. But you can't just, right? Yes? Yes, see? So the common denominator would be, well, let's acknowledge them all. Well, do I want to acknowledge them all? Well, only if they follow the what? One God. Then I'm okay with it. All right. That's it. They're making a lot of excuses here. Oh, why do you have to look better as a prophet and call others sorcerers? And is overrun with foreigners. The country is full of silver and gold and treasures unlimited. The country is full of horses. Its chariots are unlimited. The country is full of idols. They bow down before the work of their hands, before what their own fingers have made. Again, that's not a vision. Aren't we still doing the vision thing? You know what? Human nature has been humbled, humankind brought low. Do not raise them again. Go into the rock, hide in the dust, in terror of Yahweh. The brilliance of Yahweh's majesty. I guess we're going to get to the point where he does the same thing as Ecclesiasticus. I'm starting to think that this book was written all by the same guy. Anyway. Well, just... at the brilliance of his majesty when he arises to make the earth quake. Threats. Again, threats. What? Human pride will lower its eyes. Human arrogance will be humbled, and Yahweh alone will be exalted on that day. That's not what repentance is about. You know what? That will be a day for Yahweh Sabaoth, for all who are majestic and haughty, for all who are proud to be brought low, for all the cedars of Lebanon high and proud, and for all the oaks of Bashan, for all the high mountains, and for all the proud hills, for every lofty tower and for every towering wall, for all the ships of Tarshish, and for everything held precious. That doesn't even make sense. Why did You know what? I think they drank a lot at that time. Human pride will be humbled, human arrogance brought low, and Yahweh alone will be exalted on that day. The end of time? What's he talking about here? I don't know. When the idols all disappear, they will go into the caverns of the rocks and into the fissures of the earth in terror of Yahweh. Why would idols? Idols aren't real. They don't move. They don't live. They have no spirit. Why would idols go into the fissures of the earth in terror of Yahweh? How does that make sense? At the brilliant, they're just figurines. They're just, oh my God, dear Lord. At, at the brilliance of his majesty when he arises to make the earth quake. That day, people will fling to moles and bats the silver idols and golden idols which have been made from them to worship for them. Yeah, I wonder if they were forced to worship. See, this is interesting. That day people will fling to moles and bats the silver idols and golden idols which have been made for them to worship. That's an interesting part right there. Well, do you think the Israelites maybe were by, again, kings, nobles, and I don't know what? It wasn't the foreigners and the Philistines. Made to worship, even in their own country? Made to worship these idols? For what reason? You can exact a lot of money, this and that, out of people when you have them a certain way. I'm just saying. And go into the crevices of the rocks and the clefts in the cliffs in terror of Yahweh. At the brilliance of it, all this repetition, is this some kind of a poem written down? It's not a vision. At the brilliance of his majesty when he arises to make the earth quake. Have no more to do with humankind, which has only the breath in its nostrils. How much is this worth? Okay. I have to tell you again from the way that maybe I should not have read the foreword. Maybe I would get this different. Yeah. So Isaiah is a prophet. That was 2. And everlasting peace. So it's about everlasting peace. I know we didn't get to that yet, so I'm not sure when this vision is going to come true of Isaiah's here. I'm just saying. And it also does not say where was it given. Where everlasting peace. Where was everlasting peace announced like this? Right? In the temple? He was a high priest, was he? It sounded like he was a high priest, like he was part of the temple, right? Yes? Okay. So did he give that there? Oh, so it's a song? Or it's a what is it? A poem? He wrote down for, okay. I don't know. And who heard it? Yes? Who was this given to? All the people of Israel? I doubt it. It's just one dude. And the Levites seem to have just kind of, I don't know, disappeared. It doesn't say. It doesn't say. How is anybody going to get actually the truth out of this? Yet, look at how they pull God into it. Yes? Oh, everybody's going to. As if God is this monster. A monster who will come and get you. Better go hide under the bed. That's what it says. A little differently. Then you will be humbled. Yeah, then you will be. Sounds to me, what did that just sound like? Sounds to me Isaiah's upset. Yes? Can't get the people. Can't get the kings, the nobility to do the right thing. The people in power. Can't get them to do the right thing. Yes? Anyway. So, there it is. That is the end. I have a little time, but I could just make this shorter, but it keeps staying on my mind. Come across a person. The story is just sad. It's sad. It's proof that. And I thought after I read the comment that he came back with, I thought back on everyone that I know, including myself, on how the unity between the parents, marriage, does that affect a person? Does it matter if you are born out of wedlock or however, does it matter? Yeah. Is there a better foundation to be born into? Is there a better one, or does it not matter? Yes, even under good circumstances. And I, after having read everything that person said, I realized that there is a big part in the principles of creation and love that we have to either support, big time support to restore, or ourselves. And when you're young, you got to change. You have to change if you want your children to be happy, to not carry around this big old burden on their shoulder. And even if they still do, And that is make the commitment of marriage before you have children. Yes? Don't have children out of wedlock. Don't just go and sow your oats, this and that, and think, oh, well, I'll just going to support them. Yes? Make sure, because I found in my studies, yes, throughout the whole thing, that everyone that I know, where mom and dad did not get married, did not make that commitment of unity beforehand, that lack of commitment sits heavily on the children. Very, very affects them heavily when it comes to their spiritual nature, their heart to mind. They struggle with it. Everyone that I met. Some move on and it's fine. They make it past it. But some never make it past it. Some don't even know. Is that really my dad? Yeah. It's very rare that one doesn't know who one's mom is, But the dad, yeah, who's supposed to be the guiding force in a family, yes, when it comes down to it. And that affects lineage. It really does. I just wanted to share that. Yeah, that's what I gleaned out of. Yeah, it was about something completely different. We were talking, but that's what I gleaned out of. I said, whoa, that person is my age. Not quite. I'm a little older. Almost my age. And still struggling with a path in life. Big time struggling due to the identity crisis going on in his life. Very sad. Yes. I hope that he'll take my suggestion and go get a paternity test done. I think that the rest of his life will go a little different after that. Yes? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share. So, yes, I think it is important. I was also pulled in the direction of, hey, as long as the parents are taking care of the children, this and that. I had to say, nope, now I'm making excuses as well for the people's desires rather than what is right for their children. If you're not willing to do what is right for your children, please don't have them. How is that? Yes, one can make a choice there. Don't do that to your children. We should stop doing that to our children. We need to stop doing that as parents. Yes? It's a good common denominator there too, right? Yes, good foundation. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, that is it. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, and embrace you with love. Eldridge, my dearest brother in faith, I love you. Yes, let's keep praying. Yes, it's working. I know it is. Let's offer up whatever we're going through. Yes, for someone that needs it. Where our angels and the spirit world can work. Yes, yeah. And give everlasting peace. This must be coming eventually, right? Yes? Well, it was foretold. By Isaiah. Yeah, okay. Still waiting, but hey, it's going to happen. And I will talk to y'all another time.